Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So happy that you all are here. You'll probably tell from my voice that I am getting over, I don't even know what it was, a cold, or I don't want to say anything worse, but I'm getting over something and I am just beyond over it at this point. It's been almost a week. And one of the things that is still lingering, because everything else is fine, is my voice. So I cannot talk that much, or I have to talk kind of slow so that I don't cough. So bear with me, please. It's been a while since I did a little vlog, but I am happy to be back here. And one thing that I just wanted to make sure that I did as a small business owner when it came to this channel in particular is be honest about the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows of running a business. And I cannot lie, January was really slow for me. And that's why I'm not mad about working 2 jobs. I think having 2 jobs is better than one, especially in today's economy. And I just think it's important if you can have some sort of extra source of income to do that. And with that, that means that there's nothing for me to create for someone. And in moments where it's like this, where I don't have anything to create for someone else when it comes to like an order, one thing that I like to do is still be creative and just try out a new design or try something new. So that's what I'm actually gonna do today. I don't think I have done any freestyle stuff in a minute. So this is great for me to just get into a creative flow, try out something I've been wanting to try out. And one of the good parts about it, and something that I used to do is, which I still kind of do, but in different capacities, is flash sale Friday. And basically throughout the week, I would do this a lot last year. I would design, try new things, and make videos about it, more so on the short form. And I would send out an email to my email subscribers, basically showcasing the pieces that I created, and they would be able to grab them from me for a discounted price. Granted, these are one-of-ones, so a lot I try not to duplicate, or don't even think in my mind to duplicate, but it's just stuff that I work on that I want to then sell to people that may be interested. So that's what I'm gonna do today, is just have some creative flow and try something new. I do have some pieces that I cut out not too long ago that I have been wanting to work with, and I just have not sat down to do it. So today is the day I'm going to sit down to do it. We're gonna do a paddle. We're also gonna do something with these like round wooden pieces that I've had. I got a couple of these. So there's a couple of different things that I wanna try. The only thing that I won't be doing, that you all usually see me doing these videos, is pour the top coat on them so that people, pour the top coat on them so they can have that finish. I may do that with some, if it makes sense. But for like the round ones, with how I envision designing it in my head, I want to give people the opportunity, if they want to get it, to be able to like put a name on it or add some type of customization to it, which I can still do that on top of the top coat. So I guess we shall see when it comes to that, but nonetheless, it's just gonna be kind of a free-flowing day, excuse me. It's just gonna be a free-flowing day for me to be able to get creative and test out some new things. And then I still do have some admin stuff, but we'll get into that a little bit later. I just wanna vibe, I wanna flow right now and kind of see what I come up with when it comes to these freestyle pieces. So let's get started. finished. Now I'm about to get ready to work on the second piece. That one was actually pretty quick, especially because it was so simple, which when it dries, we'll do a little recap on that too. But just that white base, which I just threw my white paint in the trash and I'm gonna need it for this one. Neither here nor there now. First two pieces are kind of done. One is at the end point. The other, I have to wait for the individual pieces to dry and then glue them together. That's one thing that I have learned about painting when it comes to those smaller pieces. A lot of times I like to glue first, then paint. But then sometimes I switch it up and I will paint, then glue. But with painting, the more coats you do, number one, the longer it takes to dry, obvious, but also like the more paint there is. So then it starts to have like this excess paint, which I'm not a fan of all the time. However, you have to make sure it is completely dry before you can continue to work with it. And I'll use my heat gun to help, but it's still not dry. So I have that sitting there. But oh, let me show you all those and then kind of like what I'm envisioning for them so that you can kind of get an idea. So this is the first one that you all saw me do, and it's just white background. This right here is pink acrylic. So unlike these, I didn't have to paint this because the material already came that color. So it was just a matter of me cutting it out and placing it on here, which is why this one got done so quick. So I am gonna pour the top coat on this because this is dry. I'm gonna pour it when I do the top coat for this as well. And basically what I want to end up doing is, for whoever decides that they want it, or if this is something that I decide I want to continue to do, I don't know just yet. I definitely want to put some information in this open area, which is why I kept this towards the center. And it would just look weird if those are too separate from one another. But I want to put some info around the edges. So once I put the top coat on, I can use vinyl. So I have red vinyl, but they can also get whatever other color that they prefer. It could be black, it could be whatever color, but those are usually the colors for this org, and be able to put that info around. Also thought about in the background, like to make it multi-dimensional before I put on the acrylic, putting another object, an outline, something along those lines with vinyl first on the wood, then putting this on top, put in the top coat, and then I could still be able to put information. I could put more wooden letters, things of that nature. So possibilities are endless. This is basically going to be the same exact thing as the other one, except with the white painted ones. So like I said, these are still taking some extra time to dry because of the amount of paint that was used. If you pick this up, you could kind of tell like in the crevices in those areas where the excess paint is. So I was using this little, like, I don't even know what to call it, but I use it to the weeder. So I use the weeder for vinyl. I was using it for this to kind of like get some of the excess off, and then some of the excess is also wood, so I just end up cutting it off. I'm gonna continue to let those two dry before I glue those onto here, but basically they will be like opposites of one another in terms of the color scheme, and that is just something to consider. Anywho, that's the first set. Now we're about to work on, I got two things in mind that I want to work on. So let me decide in BRB. While it's still daylight, I figured I would take advantage of that before the sun goes down, and just being outside right now. This would have been great for yesterday because the weather was phenomenal. It was like 80 degrees. Now it's a little bit cooler and it's also humid. So we shall see. But basically, these are like small wooden wooden plaques. That's what they call them, wooden plaques. And if you all seen my other video, you saw when I put this piece together, which is a two-dimensional hand basically. And what I would like to do, because the sizing of this is absolutely perfect, because I've been trying to figure out what I wanted to do with these. Like, okay, you have these. I could definitely like add a hook portion at the top to be able to hang on things. Like your rearview mirror in your car, or it could also be like a little, not a chain, but like a necklace type vibe. But I'm like, what else could I do with this right now, since I can't add that little piece right now or after the fact? I'm like, oh, I'm gonna use these because I have so many of these. So I'm going to use spray paint, which is what I'm gonna use the daylight that I have. Use spray paint to be able to spray this, not the back, but mostly the front, and then just be able to place this right on top, which will give it even more dimension. You can probably tell right there. So there's a couple different layers to it. Because both of the ones that I have a black background, I'm gonna spray paint two of these gold and then be able to just put this on top. I think that'll be a one that could definitely be sold for Flash Sale Friday fairly quickly, because these can kind of be a coaster too. It doesn't even have to be a plaque. It can very much be a coaster. So we're gonna go outside, spray paint these, and let those dry, which that's gonna give me some time. And as those are drying, I'm gonna actually drink some water and go through probably some emails if I have a ton. Go through those while I have these dry. Let's grab the spray paint and get to painting these. While that is outside still drying, I did all of the coats that I needed to. I'm gonna let that do its thing. I'm gonna clean up in here. I already got the hot glue gun plugged up so that once that's hot, we can finish the other piece that we let dry earlier. For the most part, it's done. So we can just glue that on there. Those will be done. And then we can bring those in from outside, glue those parts on as well. And then we would have made decent progress with stuff in here. That would be 4 pieces. And then I may have some time before I leave out the house to do this paddle. We'll see. If I stop talking, I could probably get it done. So let's clean this area up as the stuff outside dries. So far we have 4 of the pieces done. The gold paint to dry on the round pieces, and then I also glue them to here. The other pieces that we already did, glue them to here, and they look absolutely amazing. I know once I put the top coat on top, it's gonna really set it off. No pun intended. But it's gonna set this off, which I love exactly how these turned out. And even still, like say someone wants one of these customized, for example, there's still a bit of room there, here, and here to add a little bit of extra information, which I like. And there's just a subtle difference in the designs that I also like. So that's these 2. And then I also was able to finish the last one. So the other piece, the other like colorway. So this is it with the red background, and then it has the white I guess, offset on top. Like I said, same for this. Oh, it's cold, so it felt like the paint was so wet. You can still add information around the perimeter, which I really like. And then same for this. Same thing, flipped. This one just has acrylic instead of wood that's painted. So you can see it has like that shiny feel to it, if you could kind of see in the red. But same for this, you could add stuff around the perimeter. I think people will really, really like these. And this also gave me an idea for something else now that I'm just like looking at it with you all on camera. I have an idea when it comes to these, but I'm so happy that I finished these 4. I do have to leave the house now. So I either have to wait to do this paddle that I was thinking about doing when I get back, which are probably a little late. So I'll probably push that into tomorrow. And maybe I could pour these up tonight. I don't know. I'll decide on that when I get back home. I'll see how I'm feeling. But I do feel like I'm in a good spot with kind of what I wanted to start working on creatively. So we got those. I think those are going to do really well when I send out the email. And then the paddle is going to be obviously different, because not to say it won't be as clean, because these are just, you know, clean, 2 colors, clear cut. The paddle will be a little bit different. I kind of have stuff placed where I want it. I'm going to play around with that a little bit more once I actually paint. So in a good spot, have some great ideas. Definitely have to get some photos of these. So that I could probably put those ones over there, the black and gold ones on Etsy. But for these, I would do more so like a, you could get a kit and be able to do it yourself. Or I could do it where the middle, something else is cut out. I don't know if people would want maybe a outline of themselves, like a silhouette of themselves with the information around. I think people would eat that up. So that's an idea that I have. Anywho, let me get out the house. And then we will work on the other paddle more than likely tomorrow. It's the next day and we are back. My voice is also doing a lot better. I have been drinking tea and water. The only thing that is still lingering is, oh, and it's coming right there, a cough. Hold on. Once that's gone, however, I will be 100% and I'll be oh so happy to have my voice back, and will never take it for granted again, because you don't know how much you need it until you don't have the opportunity to use it. So anywho, I am back in the art room. Next day, the pieces from yesterday that we worked on are dry. I still do want to work on this paddle right here. I have some of the stuff kind of placed on it already. So I'm gonna sit this over here. I'm going to go ahead and paint that. There wasn't anything else that I had right now that I wanted to paint. I do think we could do a little design sesh after I finish painting, because I hosted a giveaway on TikTok last week. I think it was last week earlier this week. So I posted the video this weekend. No, that was last week. And then they had to let me know. They had to enter by Friday. I reached out. They had to let me know the info by this past Monday or Tuesday. So I actually need to sit down and like sketch that out. I already have an idea because I wanted to use those people for specific things. So we'll work on that in a second. We're going to get started on this paddle. So that way, what I want to go ahead and do is get this one painted, get photos of all of them before the sun goes down. That way I can send it out for flash sale Friday. And if anyone wants to like add a name or anything, I can do that before I pour those pieces up, which will make more sense. So let me go ahead and get started on this paddle, which I kind of already have it designed. We just have to paint it. So let's get the area together and get to painting. is done. Honestly, I did have a bit of the design together when I first started. Basically just the layout. Like I knew the base was going to be purple. I knew where I was going to place this, that I was going to add these and make it gold. I didn't even think of doing that like lightning with like it's little details of gold like in little spots until I started, which a lot of times that's the beauty of doing the freestyle pieces. Because this isn't for someone, I can experiment around with various things. So I'm glad that I did that. I do have a decent amount of the gold spikes left. I used to have some that were a little bit longer than this. Honestly, I don't know where those went. Usually they sit, oh, here's some more that I had, and I probably could have used those, but I definitely want to continue to use those and run out of those while I can. So I'm gonna let this dry, and then I'm thinking take pictures of this and these four to send the email out, and then that way I could be able to finish them either tonight or tomorrow, depending if people want to add information to that piece and that piece, so that I can add that to the end of my TikTok video and it'll be a full piece instead of just an unfinished piece, because it doesn't have like personalization or customization on it that someone may have wanted. This one's done. There won't be really anything to add. I mean, I guess I got put on the top coat. I can add some information along the chest or even going down. We'll see what someone asks about or if they just want it as is. So yeah, I'm gonna clean this up, the area up, and then we'll go sit down to do some admin work / talk you through some other pieces that I have to work on from the giveaway that I told you all about. I got the photos of the pieces that I'm going to send an email out about for Flash Sale Friday. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that tonight, like I said, so that the people that are on my email subscriber list kind of have a head start for tomorrow, because I'll post a quick little like video or something on TikTok to let other people know about the Flash Sale Friday deal. Hopefully everything is gone before I even post that video, which then I wouldn't even post. But nonetheless, the weather is so nice outside that I decided to sit out here as the sun sets and get some of that admin work I was talking about done and enjoy the weather at the same time. Now that that's done, let me make my to-do list of the things that I have to do while I'm out here. First things first is send out the Flash Sale Friday email. So send out. And then I also want to design, which is be the last part of the night, design giveaway pieces. What I was thinking I wanted to do for this, because this is like I said, a design that I wanted to work on. I've done mini paddles, I've done bigger pieces that are like distinct cutouts, but what I want to do instead this go round, which is something that I wanted to create something that was still a big piece, but something that I was able to get out even quicker. All I need is a 2x2 piece of wood, and then for each specific design I would go and cut the pieces that are necessary. So for this one, for example, it's a delta piece. Basically it'll be, the base is going to be that square, and I'm gonna show y'all how I sketch it. Please don't laugh, because this is literally how I sketch, and in my mind, yes, it looks gibberish to some people. I can understand my handwriting, it'll look gibberish to a lot of people, but it makes sense once it's all put together. So anywho, starting with the base of that, and then I had cut out some different shapes while I was at the makerspace not too long ago. So for this one, I will put in an elephant in the center. So I have a cutout of that. So I'll do like an elephant. This is gonna be so trash. kind of looks like it. Oh, that actually kind of looks like it. And then they're the Deuce Club, so the number 2. So I would add their line number on top. And then I want to do their line name. So hers is Drama Queen. And I am going to have to go to the makerspace to get some of this cut because for the sizing, I want it to fit like directly into that spot. So anywho, I basically want it to look like the back of a line jacket. Basically, that's what I'm going for. So this is what it looks like, y'all. It'll just be a square. And then you know how in the middle of a line jacket, it always has like the line number. So in addition to the line number, it'll be like the cutout of whatever animal symbol is associated with the org. So an elephant, and then on top of that, number 2. And then you know on the line jackets at the top, it has like the person's line name, and then it has their ship name at the bottom. So that's what I would really like to do. I'm gonna play around with that sketch right now. I do have 3 other emails that I have to go through that are in my inbox with people that are inquiring about things. So I'll go through those, I'll sketch this out, and then send out that email for my flash sale Friday, early access to flash sale Friday. So anywho, let me get to like sketching up the idea for Zeta piece. Being able to sit outside for a little bit. I haven't had fresh air in a while being sick, but also I just haven't sat outside on my balcony for real since I moved here. So I'm very happy that I was able to do that. The email is sent out for flash sale Friday. I went through all my regular emails. There's one more thing I was supposed to do while I was out there and I can't even think of it anymore. But anywho, I got it done, whatever it was. Everything that I needed to do, I got done. Oh, design the pieces, duh. So I did design them. Very happy that I got done the things that I got done. So flash up Friday, because I haven't done that in a little minute. And also trying out some of these like designs and pieces that I have wanted to do. So fingers crossed, someone will reach out about all of these pieces so I can get them off of my hands. And then I can continue to create some other new things. We have a ton of wood over there for me to be able to experiment with, try new things with. And I feel like I just need to have a sit down brainstorm sketch type session so that the next time I go to the makerspace I can just be able to cut out some different things. I do have this bag right here that's full of some things that I cut out, and some of those things that I cut out is going to be included in that giveaway piece. So like this elephant that I cut out some other stuff as well. And then let me show you all. So right here are the wooden pieces. These are a little bit like smaller than 2x2, so I might end up making this like the giveaway piece, these little 3. But these right here are for sure 2x2s. So if I use this, which is still as heavy, let me kind of put that right here. Hold on. Move this out of the way and just set that down. So even if I use this piece, which isn't a 2x2, this will still fit smack dead in the center, and then have the info up there with wooden letters or vinyl, but probably wooden letters. Same thing down here, information can go all around. I could play around with it as well, but I really like this. I also thought about like splattering some of it. I haven't splattered in so long, but that would be amazing. So going to do that. I have a lot of ideas of things that I want to do, and I need to do those things and get back to like experimenting and trying new designs, new things. In my last video, I had talked about how I wanted to, one of my goals was to do, not a makerspace, was to be a vendor at like a pop-up type of market thing. And there's actually one coming up. I'm actually gonna look into that more tonight because I don't know if they already filled up on all the vendors, but that'd have been good. And it'll push me out of my comfort zone because I have been doing a lot of like Greek things, also some teacher stuff. And I think it would be great for me to just see what ideas I can come up with for an event that doesn't even have like a certain audience. It's just people being able to come out and showcase their stuff and be like a vendor. So I think that would be interesting for me a challenge, but a great challenge for me. So there's that. I do have some things I need to do tomorrow, which we're gonna do a whole new vlog for tomorrow. We're gonna end this one here, spend 2 days. I said I was gonna start turning these into like daily vlogs, which I like that a lot more because I'm able to get them out just a bit quicker. So yeah, we will be back tomorrow or Saturday, whichever day I decide to go to the makerspace and go cut that stuff out, but also do some other stuff, which I just saw. Oh, add some stuff to my Etsy shop, which I have been saying I was gonna add that to there for a while. So anywho, a lot has been done, but there's still a lot to do. So I will catch you all in my next video. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all for tuning in. The videos, the vlogs have been doing so well, and I'm just so grateful. I don't know what's been going on. Definitely God, but like he's been giving me whatever tools. I don't even know what it is that's like working that way. But anywho, I'm very, very grateful for that. And I'm just going to keep creating because like I said before, I really like that. So if you have feedback on pieces that you see me doing and think I could try it a different way, or you want to see me do something else and just try something completely different from what I've been doing, let me know, because I want to definitely play around with some new things and try some new things. So yeah, that's all I have for this vlog, you all. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all for being here in the craft paints room, my studio, I guess, with me. I appreciate it, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye guys.